As a part of our continued list of random tasks this winter, we are taking care of some tree pruning while the weather is still more or less freezing. Most of the trees involved are still fairly small and straightforward. The idea is to remove any suckers on the larger branches on the lower half of the tree. This promotes growth of the remaining branches. Also, we'll remove any branches growing towards the center of the crown or that look like they will interfere or rub up against one another. We're also going to prune the large maple to the north of the blue box. The approach is the same, but it's trickier in that ladders and height are involved and the branches are a lot heavier. This type of pruning promotes the health of the trees by letting sunlight into the crown and preventing moisture-related diseases, and also allows wind to pass through, so we'll be less likely to damage branches. Also, we're going to put together an aerator we bought with the original intention of using it last fall, but we ran out of time before the ground froze. Now, a job for the spring. And last, but definitely not least, we have a little creative project that we have been wanting to do for a while.
Al interrupted this little squirrel eating the sap off the tree, and he wants to know when he's leaving.
That's right.
Through the arbor, in the garden room, wings are beating, baby, me and you alone. Pencil drawing phases of the moon, all through the stages, both becoming seen into. Slowly we take on phosphorescence, vivid in the bond. Phosphorescence. In the heavens, a billion signals move, call and answer, thousand pairs of two by two. Slowly we take on phosphorescence, vivid in the bond. Phosphorescence.
Hi guys! So today we are going to build some bluebird houses. Al has seen bluebirds on the property a couple times now, and apparently that's pretty unusual for this area, so we just want to encourage them to be on the property more. And we have decided to take a template off of Pinterest, and we're going to build 2 little houses today for the bluebirds. We're going to be putting those on the north side of our property, the very corner in the north where the most sunlight is. And we're going to build them in couples. Apparently that's a good idea. That's the way to build them, and about 4 feet off of the ground. So it's pretty exciting because now we've got bat houses, we've got squirrel houses. We are basically wanting to encourage all creatures to live on our property so that we can basically mimic a Disney movie.
For better days to come and carry us like wind in our sails. Hold on tight, I can smell the shore, it's right in front of us. If we just hold on tight, this vision that I saw is getting closer every dawn. We are dreamers of the shore. 7 years now on this boat, and we all know where we belong. Just wait. For our home to show on the horizon, soon we'll be there. Hold on tight, I can smell the shore, it's right in front of us. If we just hold on tight, this vision that I saw is getting closer every dawn. We are dreamers of the shore. When we can't read the sky, we just sail with the wind that we've got.
Well, hello everyone. Check out our bluebird house. We got 2 of these things we just built. And we mentioned in a previous post, saw bluebirds in the fall. Saw them again a few weeks back in the beginning of February, which is unusual for this time of year, and then saw them again, I think it was yesterday, the day before. The weather's kind of been ping-ponging between either 5 or 6 degrees above 0 Celsius, or I know, like for instance tomorrow I think it's supposed to be minus 19 degrees Celsius, feels like minus 25 or some banana stuff like that. Anyways, pretty straightforward. In my haste to assemble this, I did forget one piece, and so I ended up having to make the roof removable. The idea being that a lot of these designs that you see on the internet, fairly straightforward. The only complexity is that there's a hinged side that you can move, and that's to inspect. I don't know what inspect means other than harassing the baby birds. But one thing you do apparently is remove the nest material at the end of the season. They don't reuse the nests, so the idea is to clean it all out in the fall, and then presumably they'll build new nests in the spring if they return to that site. Basic dimensions should be about a foot high, roughly 4 inches square. Not too much bigger than that, to be honest. I guess the bigger that you make it, the more likely it is that other birds will compete with the bluebirds for the box. The hole shouldn't, for eastern bluebirds anyway, shouldn't exceed 1.5 inches. And this block on the front that I attached, it's called a predator guard, although I don't understand, and nor did I look into how it functions. I just followed the instructions. I imagine maybe it prevents a bird from being able to get all the way in at the babies. I'm not sure, but here it is. And then the only thing I've left to do is just cut a square bottom. I'm just going to cut it out of cedar deck board. and then drill about 4 holes in it. The idea being that if any water does get in, you want it to drain out, keep it dry. We painted it white because you don't want it. We didn't want to use the wood burning technique because we don't want it to absorb heat and sunlight. You don't want it to be too hot. So this way it's actually a gloss white we had left over from previous projects when we lived in Toronto. So that will reflect light and keep it relatively cool. You want it to face east, and you want it adjacent a field. So we're going to put this at the northwest corner of our property, with basically the horse pasture behind it, and then that kind of no man's land to the north of us. That's mostly grass and burrs and things. Gives them lots of insects and that to eat, and some open space and privacy. They don't. You shouldn't have them too close to heavy foot traffic. People will kind of scare them off. So that is the most of it. I'll put the roof back on. This is all just made from scrap wood that I have in my work tent. All put together just with brads, essentially. But the idea is, in addition to the dimensions and everything, you need some vents at the side. I don't know if you can see that. It's like a 3/4 inch vent that runs along that side and this side. So you want heat to rise up, you want air to circulate, that keeps it dry. The overhang basically just protects the entrance from some rain. You know what I mean? If you're going to have a driving wind, it'll probably get wet. Again, why we have holes drilled in the bottom to let water get out. But hopefully these do the trick. We have 2 of them. We're going to place them about 20 feet apart. Apparently you can put them in pairs about 20 feet apart, and then each pair should be about 300 feet apart. So I guess we could probably put one at each corner of the property, but really the northwest corner is most ideal because it has the pastures around it. And this is our continuing efforts to bring in local species that are beneficial to removing insects. So we have our bat houses that are yet to be occupied. We have these bluebird houses that we hope will bring in some bluebirds. And I was considering putting together something that would bring in barn swallows, but we're kind of fortunate in that the bank across the river is high enough, it's all mostly clay, that there are a bunch of natural swallow holes in that. So we'll just let them do their thing. We'll see if these birdhouses work, and if they do, then we'll maybe make some more, whatever. Good times.